everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I want to show you how to crochet a beautiful, warm and cozy beanie. Or if you want, you can call it a hat, whatever you prefer. Now this hat, I'm gonna be making it for my daughter. She's currently 4 years old. And for that size, I'll need approximately 1.5 skeins of yarn. This hat can be made for any size, starting from infants to babies, children, teenagers and adults. And of course, depending on the size you go for, will depend how much yarn you need. For a newborn baby, you need approximately 1 skein of yarn. For children, 1.5 skeins of yarn. And for adults, approximately 2 skeins of yarn. Of course, I would like to mention that you can choose any yarn that you want, but as for myself, I have chosen these patterns. It is Baby Dreamtime Merino. It is 8 ply and it's 100% Australian merino wool. I opted for this yarn mainly because I wanted this hat to be used for the cooler days during autumn or winter, and I also wanted to have a beanie that it is made of wool but without the itchiness in it. This wool is very soft to touch. As you can see, it's actually specifically for baby, which means it's a very comfortable, very warm, very soft beanie. I also love about this wool because it's actually very easy care. If you can see, it's warm machine wash, and since beanies do require quite a lot of washing, this is very easy care. You just wash it in your washing machine on warm, gentle cycle. Okay, now I'd also like to mention that make sure once you have chosen your selective yarn that you check the lot number. As you can see here, I have chosen baby pink, and if you look at the lot number on both skeins, they are exactly the same. The numbers are exactly the same. It is very important that you check these numbers, as otherwise, even though both skeins might be baby pink, it may have a slight different color. It may be a warmer pink or a deeper pink. So make sure you check your lot number, that it's corresponding on both skeins prior to beginning. You'll also need your crochet hook. As for myself, I need G 4mm crochet hook, a sewing needle to weave in your ends, pair of scissors, and this is optional. You'll need some pearls or some pretty adornment, but you don't have to use pearls if you don't choose to. Okay, so we're first gonna start by making a magic circle. Have your selective yarn and your crochet hook. Just grab your yarn like this, place it under your thumb, wrap it around your fingers once, place it under your thumb, wrap it around your fingers twice, and then place it under your thumb again. Okay, just like this. And then get your crochet hook, put it under, pull this through and twist it. Then release some of the pressure from the thumb and then grab this yarn, okay? And then gently pull it through. And then just grab here and let go of everything else. Now of course you can make your magic circle however you prefer. That's just how I do it. If this circle is too large, just grab this end and just pull, just to close it up a bit. And now we're just gonna go ahead and make 10 single crochet inside the circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's count the stitches together. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Remember that this doesn't count. Now that you have made 10 single crochets, just bring the yarn through here. Just pull like this. Don't close the space completely at this stage. We'll do it once we have finished this round, just because this way it is easier to work through the single crochets. Okay, so now we are ready to go on into round 2. In round 2, we're gonna be working 2 single crochets in every single stitch, starting with the first stitch from the hook. So this is where our yarn is coming from. So just the stitch next one, we're gonna insert the hook and make 2 single crochets. 1, and 2. And we're gonna go ahead and work 2 single crochets in every single stitch around. And again, 2 single crochets into the next stitch, 2 single crochets into the next stitch. Try not to work too tight, as we do want this to be more of a looser work, but don't be too loose either. Try to keep your tension in between, not too tight and not too loose. So continue to do 2 single crochet in every single stitch till you get to the end. Okay, now that I have done 2 single crochets in every single stitch, you should have 20 single crochets all around. Let's try to count them together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and this is the last one, 20. And into the last stitch, which is 20th, insert your hook and just make a slip stitch. And that's how your work should look like at this stage. Now you can close up the space. So just grab the other closer a bit more. Okay, so just like this, that's the front and that's the back. Now that we have finished round 2, we can go ahead and do round 3. For round 3, we will do the following. We're gonna start by chaining 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Next we're gonna skip 1 stitch, so skip this one and into the second one. So skip this and into the second one. We're gonna be working 1 double crochet. Yarn over your hook, insert the hook into the second stitch from the hook, and we're gonna be working 1 double crochet and then chain 1. Again, we're gonna skip one stitch, and we're gonna be working 1 double crochet into the next stitch, and then chain 1. So continue to skip 1 stitch, work 1 double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1 for the remaining of the round. Again, skip this stitch and into the next stitch, work 1 double crochet, chain 1. Skip this one, work 1 double crochet, chain 1. Skip 1 double crochet, chain 1, and continue to do this for the remaining of the round. So now we are right towards the end. I would just like to mention, because yeah, you can easily make a mistake. When you get towards the end, just make sure you don't confuse this and this as another stitch that you need to work in. So if you're confused, just stop working and count those stitches or lines, however you want to call them, and you should have 10 of them all around. So let's just count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the 8th. And if you open this up a bit, you can see that you have, this is the 9th and this is the 10th. So you don't have to work. This is where our work is coming from. There is a stitch here in between those two. So just be careful in here so you don't actually work another double crochet and chain 1, because then you'll have 11 of these. Make sure you only have 10 all together, okay? So in between those two, there should only be 1 stitch, okay? Which is just like that. This is where our work is coming from, and this is where this work was coming from. So it's only this stitch in between, because remember there was meant to be only 1 stitch in between every single one of those lines. So make sure you only have 10 lines all together. Okay, so now that I do have 10 lines, I'm just gonna slip stitch on the top of this. I'm just gonna separate these two a little bit, and you need to insert your hook in the second. So if you go from the spot where you started working this line, so you just count 1, 2, okay? So into the second one, not the third one. Just make a slip stitch. And that's how your work should look at the end of this round. Just remember not to work too tight or too loose. Alright, so now that you have finished round 3, we are ready to begin round 4. For round 4, we're gonna start by working 4 double crochet in the space of each, in every single space around. So just 1 double crochet, yarn over your hook inside the first space, oops, 1, 2, 3. So once you have done 4, into this stitch, so this was the space where we have worked 4 double crochets, and then into this stitch, not this one, right, this one that is coming from this line, we're gonna be making 1 single crochet. So we made 4 double crochet and we'll be making 1 single crochet in this stitch. Just like a small petal, okay? And again, we're gonna repeat this for the remaining of the round. Sorry, I'm just getting myself some more yarn. Just fix this up a bit. Okay, so next, make 4 double crochets into the next space. Remember not to work too tight. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if you struggle to see the stitch, just pull this back a bit, and this is where your stitch is, and just make 1 single crochet. Again, into the next space, 4 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 1 single crochet. Okay, pull this back, and to make it easy for yourself, the single crochet needs to be in line with this lot. Okay, so that's where you need to work 1 single crochet. So there you go, you're just creating some patterns. So for the remaining of this round, continue to work 4 double crochet in the space and then 1 single crochet into this stitch, and then again 4 double crochet, 1 single crochet, 4 double crochet, 1 single crochet until you reach the end. Okay, now I'm right at the end. I've got 1 more space to work in, so again just gonna make 4 double crochets, and again just put the load back just so you can So at the end of this round, you should have something that looks very similar to a flower. Okay, that's how it should look at this stage. That's the front and that's the back. So now we are ready to make round 5. Okay, so round 5 it's very easy. We're just gonna chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and we're just gonna we're gonna cross all these double crochets that we have worked in the previous round, and we're gonna go back into that space where we did 1 single crochet, and we insert the hook right between the petals. So you can see this is one and the other one, and there is the space between them. So right between where we did the single crochet in the previous round, and we're gonna be making 1 single crochet again. Okay, again chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and right between the petals, which is just this way, we're gonna be making 1 single crochet. Okay, just like that, and we're gonna continue doing this for the remaining of the round. Chain 5, and then in between the petals make 1 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and work 1 single crochet in between each petal, and continue to do this for the remaining of the round. Okay, so here I've got 1 more to do. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and again just between the petals make 1 single crochet. So this is how your work should look at the end of this round. You should have these extra loops on top of every single petal. Okay, now let's go ahead and make round 6. So for round 6, we're gonna be working 5 double crochets in this space, and then 1 double crochet in between these petals. So yarn over your hook. Wait, I didn't insert it in the right place. So yarn over your hook, and don't insert it in any of these stitches, just in between, okay, in the space, and make 5 double crochet in the space. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, just like this. So another petal on top of the smaller petal, okay, and then right in between again you're gonna see the stitch, so make sure you insert the hook in this stitch lining with these other stitches, and in there you're gonna be working 1 double crochet. Okay, should look like this. And for the remaining of this round, we're gonna continue to work 5 double crochets inside the space of each petal, again 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then in between each petal, again in line with this, there is that single crochet, and just work 1 double crochet. So that's how it should look, okay? So for the remaining of this round, continue to do the following. In every single space, you work 5 double crochet in this space, and then 1 double crochet in between the petals, so just there. Okay, has to be in line with this. So continue to do this all around. Okay, so right at the end, that's how your work should look at this stage. So I have just finished doing 5, and I'm just gonna be making 1 double crochet in the space between the petals. So this stage, that's how your flower, your work should look like. That's the front, and that's the back. Okay, now that you have actually finished this round, we can move on to the next round. So before we do that, so remember, we have just done 1 double crochet in the stitch between the petals, and now we're just gonna come into this next stitch, right the one next to it, and just make a slip stitch. Okay, just like that. From now on, we're gonna start using a stitch marker because we're gonna be working in rounds. So just grab your stitch marker and just insert it in the last stitch that we worked, the stitch where your crochet hook is coming from, okay? Let me just fix my camera here. Alright, now before we move into the next round, round 8, I would like to mention, then count all your stitches and make sure you have 60 stitches in total. This is important because we do want to have an even round, so make sure you have 60 stitches. You should have 60 stitches in total. Okay, once you have counted them and you do have 60 stitches, in the following round, round 8, we're gonna go ahead and work 1 single crochet in every single stitch all around. Starting of course with the next stitch from the hook. So just work 1 single crochet in every single stitch around. Just like that. So for the remaining of the round, continue to work one single crochet in every single stitch till you get to the stitch marker. Okay, now that you have done one single crochet all around, we have arrived back at the stitch marker. So just remove the stitch marker and just work one single crochet in the place where the stitch marker was. Okay, so we have finished round 8. Round 8, you should look at the end of round 8, your work should look something like this. Front and back. Okay, now that we have finished round 8, we're gonna just get a stitch marker back and place it right into the last stitch we have just worked in. And now we're gonna continue working round 8, but at the same time we're gonna be increasing, because obviously we do want to make this for a bigger size. This is, as I said, for my daughter, and she's 4 years old. So at the end of this round you should still have 60 stitches all around. Okay, so for round 9 we're gonna be doing the following. We're gonna be working one single crochet into the next 9 stitches, and into the 10th stitch we're gonna be working 2 single crochet. So let's do it. So this is the next stitch, so into this one we're both gonna be working one single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So 9 single one single crochet into the 9 stitches, and into the 10th stitch we're gonna be making 2 single crochets. Okay, so continue to repeat this all the way around till you get back to the stitch marker. So make one single crochet into the next 9 stitches, and then work 2 single crochets into the 10th stitch. So continue to do this all the way around till you get back to the stitch marker. Okay, so I have done my round. I am just back to where the stitch marker is. So when you get to the stitch marker, this should be your 10th stitch, where you have to do 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. So that's how your work should look like at this stage. Now I would like to mention, if you want to make this for a baby, stop increasing right here and continue to repeat 1 single crochet all around till you have the desired length. So this size, it's a great size for baby, a size of a newborn, 3 to 6 months. It also depends on the size of the baby. Some babies are bigger, some babies are smaller. But if you like to make this for a baby, this is a good time to stop increasing. So for the next round, you'll just continue to make one single crochet all around and continue to work in the round one single crochet all around until you have the desired length. So approximately 15 more rows, but of course that depends on the head of the child. Some babies have smaller heads, some babies have larger heads, so just use your own judgment. Okay, but this is a good size for a baby. Now for those that want to make it for a child, which similar to me, I'm making for my daughter, we'll continue in the next round. So for round 10 we will increase again. Just put your stitch marker back where your last stitch was worked in, where the yarn is coming from, as you can see. Alright, and in this round, instead of working in 9 stitches, we're gonna be making one single crochet into 10 stitches and 2 single crochet into the 11th stitch. So start with the stitch one right next to the hook, which is this one. So 1 single crochet in every stitch till we reach 10 stitches. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and into the 11th stitch work 2 single crochets. So for this round, continue to do the following. Work 1 single crochet into the next 10 stitches and 2 single crochet into the 11th stitch. Continue to do this till you get back to the stitch marker. Okay, so I'm at the end of the round. Now again, when you reach the stitch marker, it should be your 11th stitch, and into this stitch we're gonna be working 2 single crochet. 1 and 2, and that's how your work should look at this stage. Again, for the next round, round 10, don't forget to put back your stitch marker. We're gonna be making 1 single crochet into the next 11 stitches and 2 single crochet into the 12th stitch. So again, right into the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, and into the 12th stitch work 2 single crochet. So for the remaining of this round, work 1 single crochet into the next 11 stitches and 2 single crochet into the 12th stitch, and repeat this till you get back to the stitch marker. Okay, so I'm back to the start where the stitch marker is. So again, when you reach the stitch marker, it should be your 12th stitch. So just gonna make 2 single crochet. So at the end of this round, this is what your work should look like. And for the next for the next round, round 11, just don't forget to put back your stitch. So for the next round, round 11, we are not gonna increase anymore. We're just gonna make 1 single crochet in every single stitch all the way around. So starting with the next stitch from the hook, so just this one, just make 1 single crochet in every single stitch all around. So continue to work 1 single crochet all around till you get back to the stitch marker. Okay, so I'm at the end of this round. I'm back to where the stitch marker is. So again, just remove the stitch marker and work 1 single crochet. Okay, so this is how your work should look at this stage. Now I would like to mention that if you like to make this hat for a child age 1, 2 and 3, this will be a good place to stop increasing. So if you want to make it for a child 1, 2 or 3 years old, you'll continue to repeat this round 11, all over again. So just working 1 single crochet over and over and over again until you have reached the desired length. Of course, continue to use your stitch marker, but no longer increase. If, however, you are wanting to make this for a child size 4, 5, 6 and even 8, you will continue to increase till you have reached the desired size of the hat. I would like to mention that even though this is for my daughter and she's only 4 years old, I'm gonna make it a bit bigger, mainly because she has wavy curly hair, so she needs a little bit bigger size. But this size can also be for a girl age 4 if she has thinner hair and a smaller head. Of course, just decide on your own, as some children do have smaller size and some children do have bigger size head. That depends on the hairstyles and so on. So just keep that in mind too. Okay, I'm gonna continue to increase a little bit more. So for those that need to increase, let's continue to make round 12. So in round 12, we're gonna be doing the following. Let me just fix my camera here. Okay, for round 12, we're gonna do 1 single crochet into the next 12 stitches and 2 single crochet into the 13th stitch. So again, starting with the first crochet from the hook, make 1 single crochet into the next 12 stitches, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and into the 13th stitch work two single crochets. Okay, so for the remaining of the round, make 1 single crochet into the next 12 stitches and 2 single crochet into the 13th stitch, and do this all around till you get back to the stitch marker. Okay, now that I'm at the end of the round, I'm just gonna remove the stitch marker and make 2 single crochets into the 13th stitch. Okay, so I'm nearly there. I'm just gonna make one more round where I'm gonna increase and I'm gonna stop there. So for round 13th, so grab your stitch marker and put it back into the last stitch you have worked in, and for round 13 I'm gonna do the following. I'm gonna work 1 single crochet into the next 13 stitches and 2 single crochet into the 14th stitch. So starting with the stitch right next to the hook, 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and into the 14th stitch work 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, just like that. And for the remaining of the round, continue to work 1 single crochet into the next 13 stitches and 2 single crochet into the 14th stitch till you get back to the stitch marker. Okay, so now I'm back where the stitch marker is, and into the 14th stitch I'm gonna be doing 2 single crochet. Okay, so for myself I will stop increasing here as this is the right size for my doll. But if you need to make it smaller or bigger, please feel free to do so. But this size may also fit a girl who is older, age 6, 7, 8, 9, especially if she has thin hair and a small head. So just see how you go. If you do need to make it bigger, it is very simple. So if you need to make it a bigger size, and especially if you want to make it for adults, you'll continue to do another round, and in the next round you'll be making 1 single crochet into the next 14 stitches and 2 single crochet into the 15th stitch. and you'll continue to increase till you reach your desired size. I have found that for an adult size small, you'll need to keep increasing till you get to the point where your last round should be one single crochet in every single 15 stitches and 2 single crochet into the 16th stitch. This is a size small to extra small for adults. If you want to make a size medium, then I have found that you need to work, your last round needs to be one single crochet into 16 stitches and 2 single crochet into the 17th stitch. So this is for a size medium, and for a size large you need to work, your last round you need to be one single crochet into the next 17 stitches and 2 single crochet into the 18th stitch. So just see how you go, which size you want to make. So if you wanted to make it bigger, it will be very easy. For the next round you will have to, of course, attach a stitch marker, and then you'll need to make one single crochet into the next 14 stitches and 2 single crochet into the 15th stitch, and you'll keep doing this, increasing if you want it bigger, or if this is the size you are after, then you'll stop here with your increases, and we'll continue to use our stitch marker. So for the next rounds we won't increase anymore, we will continue to keep our head this size, no bigger and no smaller. And for the following rounds, for the next 15, depends the length that you are after also, you'll just continue to repeat doing one single crochet every single stitch all around, over and over and over again, until you have reached the desired length. So since we have just finished increasing, for us what we'll be doing next, of course, attach a stitch marker to the last stitch that you worked in, and for the next rounds you will just be working one single crochet in every single stitch all around. So after you do this and you have done one single crochet in every single stitch, remove the stitch marker, work one single crochet into the stitch where the stitch marker was, place the stitch marker back, and then continue to do again one single crochet into every single stitch till you have reached the desired length that you want your head to be. So I finished making the requirement rows for my daughter. I needed to make 20 rows in total. So if you're making this beanie for a child who is 4 or 5 years old, you might need to only make 20 rows. But if you're making this for a different age, be mindful that you might need to make more rows or less. That depends, of course, on the size that you're going for. So this is how the head looks so far. This is the top where the flower was, and this is the sides of the beanie. I'm gonna actually have photos at the end of this video where you could clearly see how it looks once the whole beanie is finished. so you have a good idea of how it looks at the end once you have finished the hat. Now let's go on and finish this hat and make the border. Okay, so I'm just one stitch away from finishing, so just remove the stitch marker and just work one single crochet into the stitch where the stitch marker was. Now I have completed my last row, which is row 20. From now onwards, we will not continue to do one single crochet in every single stitch. From now on, we're gonna make the final step to the beanie, unless of course you want to add the flower, but I'll show you how to do the flower in another video. But for now, the next step to this beanie is to make the border. So in order to make the border, we're gonna do the following. You no longer need a stitch marker. So to make the border, just yarn over your hook and into the next stitch, which is just that one. So the next stitch right next to the hook, so not this one, because this is where your hook was coming from, into that one. Just insert, pull the yarn through, pull it through once, and usually we'll pull through these two also, but we're not gonna do that. We will yarn over our hook again, insert the hook into the same stitch, pull the yarn through, and now you have 4 stitches on the hook, and just pull through 2, and again yarn over a hook, insert the hook into the same stitch, pull through 2. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches on the hook. Again yarn over a hook, insert the hook in the same stitch, pull it through, pull through 2 stitches, and now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more, yarn over a hook and insert the hook into the same stitch, pull through. It looks like something on my yarn, pull again through 2 stitches, and at the end you should have 6 stitches on the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and just yarn over your hook and pull through all 6 stitches, just like that. And then insert the hook into the next stitch and pull through, and then pull through there, just like that. So then, as you can see, you get this beautiful, it's like a bubble, and we'll continue to do this all around the entire beanie. I'll show you how to do that again. So yarn over your hook into the next stitch, which is just this one, insert your hook, pull through. Now you've got 3 stitches and pull through 2. Again, yarn over your hook, insert into the same stitch, pull through. Now you have 4 and pull through 2. Yarn over your hook, pull through and pull through 2. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and you keep doing this until you have 6 stitches left on the hook. Let's see now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, once you have 6, then just yarn over hook and insert through every single stitch on the hook, and then insert the hook into the next stitch, which is this one, and pull through, and then pull through once more, and that will give you this beautiful work, like beautiful bubbles. Okay, so I'll show you again. Yarn over your hook, insert the hook into the next stitch, pull through once, second time, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull through all 6 stitches, and then into the next stitch, insert your hook, pull through, and then pull through. Okay, and that's how it will look like. So continue to do this all around the entire beanie until you get back to the end. Now I've got one more left, just there. And now just insert the hook into this last stitch. Just pull some yarn. Okay, so the border is finished. As you can see, it is done all around the head. So now all you need to do is just pull some yarn, take your scissors and just cut this thread and just pull the hole through, and then wave in your ends. Okay, so the beanie is actually finished. So the border is done all around the entire beanie. So all you have to do now is just wave in your ends, just those pieces and those. And if you want, you can actually leave your beanie as it is, or if you prefer, you could just go ahead and make the crochet flower, which I'm gonna put another video up soon and show you how to make that crochet flower. I won't do it in this video because this is already a very long video as it is, and I don't want it to get too long. But I will post soon another video showing you how to crochet a flower, and of course you can use that flower to add it on this beanie, or you can add it on to anything you want. Or if you want, of course you can add other things to the beanie, different flowers, butterflies, embellishments such as pearls. You could use embellishments or pearls, just one here, and then put a pearl in between each petal, just to give it a bit of glitter if you like. So it is really up to you how you finish up and how you dress up your hat. I do hope you had a good time making this beanie with me, and hope to see you again some other time.